will win the 2019 elections is the question that's blowing in the wind as the monsoon session of Parliament draws to a close. And with that in mind, we have a very special panel at the launch of my new book, Newsman, Tracking India in the Modi Era. Joining me are Kakoli Ghosh Dastidar. She is the rather tough MP of the Trinamool Congress. Maybe the party follows what their chief does. So don't go by her smile. She's an extremely tough woman out there. Professor Yogendra Yadav, long-time friend of the Swaraj Abhiyan and someone who's practiced the art of electioneering and election forecasting and then given it up sadly for politics. Gaurav Bhatia of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Naresh Gujral, the Member of Parliament from the Akali Dal, ally of the BJP. Sachin Pilot, the Congress's face in Rajasthan, its president in Rajasthan. And Asauddin Owaisi of the MIM, its MP from Hyderabad. Let's start with the question straight away and cut the chase. Who will win 2019? I suggest, Sachin Pilot, in the book, that the arithmetic that you're trying to build up is confronted by the chemistry of Mr. Modi. Mr. Modi remains the most popular leader in the country. And he will try and make the elections of 2019 presidential, Modi versus who? Do you concede that too? That the elections of 2019, you face the challenge of Mr. Modi making it presidential, making it about his chemistry?
I think, Rajdeep, that's already happened in 2014 because that election was some election where perhaps Mr. Modi was the PM candidate, but India did not know what he will bring and what he will do. 4 years later, it's safe to say that the people of India are going to judge the issues, the delivery, the rhetoric, the jumlas, the promises versus what has actually happened on the ground. And to my mind, Mr. Modi's efforts as a Prime Minister will be squarely accounted for. The voters in this country, I think, are quite intelligent. It may seem like you can gauge and judge which way they will vote, but end of the day, it is going to be the kind of environment we have created in this country. Who are the people responsible for the kinds of things that are happening in this nation? And at least the young people, the voters that are aware, will certainly make the current dispensation accountable. And I'm fairly confident that you asked who is going to win that election. I think it's the more pertinent question should be who's going to lose this election. And that's going to be the NDA and the BJP. That's my firm opinion.
No, that's your personal view, but I asked you a question. Do you accept that Mr. Modi is the most popular leader in the country? Therefore, if he chooses to make it presidential and ask Modi versus who, much like Indira Gandhi did in 1971, you will be on a sticky wicket?
Not at all. I think Mr. Modi will do what he wants to do, but his is a NDA government. It's a collective leadership, so he's responsible for the actions of all his party men. And some of his party men, as we all know, have not made very benign statements. So he's also answerable for those facts of life. You can try and make it presidential, you can make it personality-centric, but ultimately the issues will surmount. And it will not be about just individuals, it will be about the state of the economy, the state of the country, and much else that he has to answer for.
Let's just